Hello guys, I'm Madhuri Navle and I again welcome you back in my educational video channel. Recently we have started the series of AC circuits. So in part 1 we have seen the basics of AC circuit. Means we have studied what is the reactance, impedance triangle, what is the power, what are their different types, power triangle, what is power factor and its nature for the different types of loads. Now, in part 2, we will see the AC circuits or the behavior of different types of AC circuits. So, let's begin with it. These all are the types of AC circuits like pure resistive circuit, pure inductive circuit, pure capacitive circuit, series RL circuit, series RC circuit, series RLC circuit. Then three types of parallel circuit, that is parallel RL circuit, parallel RC circuit and parallel RLC circuit. Now we will see them one by one, or we will see the behavior of that particular circuit. So first is the pure resistive circuit. See, this is the circuit diagram for the pure resistive circuit. Means the circuit is containing only the resistance, and when we will apply the supply voltage V equals to Vm sin omega t, then the current I will start flowing through the resistor. Now phasor diagram, as the circuit containing only resistor, so here the voltage and current will come in the one phase, or they will be in the phase. Waveform, here you can see this blue color graph is for the voltage and this red color graph is for the current. Both the voltage and current are starting from the same instant and ending at the same instant. Means both voltage and current are in phase for the purely resistive circuit. So as the angle between the voltage and current, phasor angle between voltage and current is 0, so the voltage and current equations will be like V equals to Vm sin omega t, and for current I equals to Im sin omega t. The next type of AC circuit is pure inductive circuit, means the circuit containing only inductance or inductor. Here the voltage we have applied is the V equals to Vm sin omega t, and current I is flowing through this pure inductive circuit. Then when the circuit containing only inductor, then the current lags the voltage by exact 90 degree. See here in this phasor diagram, we have taken the voltage as reference phasor, then and if you see the rotation of these two phasors in the anticlockwise direction, then this current is lagging this voltage by exact 90 degree. You can also observe this in this phasor waveform as we have taken the voltage graph from the 0, means as a reference, then this current, means this red graph, is started from the 90 degree ladder of the voltage waveform. So here for the pure inductive circuit, the phase difference between voltage and current is exact 90 degree. So while writing the voltage and current equations, we will write the voltage equation as reference, means V equals to Vm sin omega t. But as this current is lagging the voltage by exact 90 degree, or in radian we can say it is pi by 2 radians. So the current equation will be I equals to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2, or we can say omega t minus 90 degree. Okay. Third type of AC circuit is the pure capacitive circuit. In circuit diagram you can see only capacitor is connected in the AC circuit. Apply a voltage as V equals to Vm sin omega t, and current I is flowing through this capacitor. Now here in purely capacitive circuit, the current I is leading the voltage by exact 90 degree. Means if we see these two phasors and both are rotating in the anticlockwise direction, then this current is leading this voltage by exact 90 degree. Okay, you can observe this from the waveform also. See here in this waveform we have taken the voltage as reference, then the current, this current is started exact 90 degree before this voltage. So while writing the voltage and current equations, as we have taken the voltage as reference, so it will be V equals to Vm sin omega t, but for current I equals to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2, plus pi by 2 or plus 90, because the current have started before the voltage by exact 90 degree, or the current is leading the voltage by 90 degree. Now fourth type of AC circuit is the series RL circuit. Okay, see in this circuit diagram, the resistor and inductor are connected one after another, means they are connected in the series. Now if we connect the supply voltage or battery to this series circuit, then the same current will flow through the R and L, but the supply voltage will get divided across this resistor and inductor. So here VR is the voltage across this resistor, VL will be the voltage across inductor, and V will be the total voltage across this RL series circuit. Fine. Now we will draw the phasor diagram. See, first of all we will take the VR, means voltage across resistor, as a reference, and the current I will be in phase with this VR. After that, we know that in purely inductive circuit, the VL was the leading the current by exact 90 degree, or current was lagging the voltage by 90 degree. So this phasor of the VL will come here, means which will lead the voltage, which will lead the current 90 degree. After that we will take the resultant of this VL and VR. Okay, this will be this third phasor of the V equals to I into Z, and this V means this supply voltage or the voltage across this RL combination. After that we have to find the phase difference phi. So where the phase difference will come, it will come between the supply voltage V and current I. So this phi will be written here. See in this right angle triangle, means O, A and B. VR means the voltage across this resistor. It will be voltage drop across resistor. So we can write it as VI equals to I into R. And VL, it will be the voltage drop across this inductor. So it will be like I into XL, where XL means the inductive reactance, which is given by the formula 2 pi FL. So this total applied voltage will be the phasor addition of VR and VL. From this we can draw the voltage triangle also. See, this is the voltage triangle or the right angle triangle, where the base represents the VR, perpendicular represents the VL, and this hypotenuse represents the total applied voltage. Next is the impedance triangle for the same RL series circuit. Here on the impedance triangle we have studied in the first part, that is the base will be the resistor, then perpendicular will be the reactance, and hypotenuse will be the impedance. Here in this impedance triangle for the RL series circuit, XL comes on the positive part of the imaginary axis. In the rectangular form it is given as R equals to Z equals to R plus JXL. In polar form it will be Z equals to mode of Z at an angle phi, where mode of Z means magnitude of Z, and it is given as under root R square plus XL square, and this phi will be given as tan inverse XL by R. This is the waveform for this RL series circuit. See, the voltage is started from reference and current is lagging the voltage by say angle phi. So V equals to Vm sin omega t and I is equals to Im sin omega t minus phi. The next means fifth type of AC circuit is the RC circuit or series RC circuit. See, in this circuit diagram, the resistor and capacitor are connected in series. When we apply the supply voltage V equals to Vm sin omega t, then the same current will flow through all both these components, where the VR is voltage across the resistor, then Vc is the voltage across capacitor, and total voltage V, which is get divided into the VR and Vc. This V is the total voltage across the RC series circuit. Now moving towards the phasor diagram. See, in this phasor diagram we have taken the VR as reference, and I is also taken on the same phasor. So as we have seen in the purely capacitive circuit, the current is leading the voltage. So here this current is leading the voltage by exact 90 degree, and Vc comes here on the negative part of the imaginary axis. So after drawing the VR and Vc, we will find the resultant of these two vectors or these two phases. It will be the V, total supply voltage. So in this right angle, that is OAB, VR means the I into R, and VC means the I into XC, where XC is the capacitive reactance, which is given by the formula 1 upon 2 pi FC. Now the total applied voltage V will be the phasor addition of this VR and VC. From this phasor addition or equation of the total voltage or applied voltage, we will draw the voltage triangle as base represents the VR, perpendicular represents the VC, and this hypotenuse represents the total voltage V. Now impedance triangle for the RC series circuit. Here base represents the resistance, perpendicular represents the reactance, and the hypotenuse represents the impedance. In rectangular form, the impedance for the RC series circuit is given as Z equals to R minus jXC, and in polar form it is Z equals to mode of Z, means magnitude of Z at an angle phi, where magnitude of Z is found as under root R square plus X square, and this phase difference is given as tan inverse minus Xc upon R. See, in this waveform, the voltage has started from the zero as we have taken it as a reference. Then this current is starting before the voltage by an angle, say phi. So the voltage current equations will be V equals to Vm sin omega t, and I is equals to Im sin omega t plus phi because the current is started before the angle phi. Now, the sixth type of AC circuit is series RLC circuit. Means in this circuit, all three components are connected in the series as shown in this diagram, where VR is the voltage across the resistor, VL is the voltage across inductor, and VC is the voltage across capacitor. Now, this total voltage V will get divided across this R, L and C. So VR is the drop across R, so it is given as I into R. VL will be the drop across L, it will be given as I into XL, where XL is the inductive reactance, which is equal to 2 pi FL. VC is the voltage drop across the C, which is given as I into XC. XC means the capacitive reactance, which is given by 1 upon 2 pi FC. In this series RLC circuit, there are the three cases. Okay, first is XL is greater than XC, or we can say VL is greater than VC. Second is XL is less than XC, means VL is less than VC. And third is XL equals to XC, means VL equals to VC. Let's see them one by one. So we will see the phasor diagrams for all the three cases of the series RLC circuit. The first case was when XL is greater than XC, means when the inductive reactance is becomes greater than the capacitive reactance. Fine. Or we can say VL is greater than VC. Now, in the previous circuit we have seen that the VL will come in the positive part of the imaginary axis and VC will come in the negative part of the imaginary axis, and this VR will be on the real axis. So here we have taken the VR as a reference, then IS source current will come on the same phasor. Now here as VL part is greater than the VC, so the phasor will come in the positive part of the imaginary axis. Okay, then we will take the resultant of this VL minus VC and VR. It will be the third phasor, that is the source voltage VS. So how to find out the VS? It will be the vector addition of this VR and VL minus VC. Now how to find the impedance for the first case? Is equal to under root R square plus XL minus XC square, as XL is greater here, so we have taken XL minus XC. Now second case of the series RLC circuit, here XL is less than XC, or we can say VL is less than VC, means here this capacitive reactance part is greater than the inductive reactance part. So here the phasor will come in the negative part of the imaginary axis. This VR will be the reference, and if we find the resultant of this VR and VC minus VL, that is third phasor, will come as the VS or the supply voltage VS. Now this VS will be the phasor addition of VR, so VR bar plus VC minus VL bar. Impedance for the second case will be under root R square plus XC minus XL square. XC minus XL because XC part is greater here. In third case, that is XL equals to XC, means the value of both inductive reactance and capacitive reactance will come same. At that condition, both the VL and VC will get cancelled, or this reactive part will get cancelled from the circuit, and this phasor and the circuit remains only the resistor. So your source voltage will get across the resistor only, so Vs will be equal to VR. Okay, and the impedance will be under root R square, or simply Z equals to R. Now the next circuit is the parallel RC circuit. This is the circuit diagram where we have connected the resistor and inductor in parallel, means across the supply voltage. Here IS is the source current, IR is the current flowing through the branch which is containing the resistor, and this IR is given as by Ohm's law V by R. IL is the current flowing in the inductor branch, and IL is given by the V by XL. So the source current IS, which is get divided into these two branch, will be the phasor addition of, or it will be the IR square plus IL square. This is the phasor diagram for this parallel RL circuit, where IR is taken as the reference, okay, and IL will be the 90-degree lagging to the voltage. So we will find the third or resultant of this IR and IL. It will be the total current or source current I or IS or I. Now impedance. Let Z1 be the impedance of this branch containing resistor only, and Z2 will be the impedance of branch containing inductor only. Now we have to find out these two impedances in rectangular as well as polar form, because as these two impedances are connected in parallel, and while finding the parallel or total impedance, that is Z1 into Z2 divide by Z1 plus Z2, here for multiplication we need these two impedances in the polar form, and while doing the addition we need these two impedances in the rectangular form. So before that we will find these two impedances in rectangular as well as in the polar form. So Z1 means the impedance of this branch containing resistor only. Here Z1 will be R plus J0. J0 because here the reactive part is 0. In polar form Z1 equals to R at an angle 0 degree. Now Z2 means the impedance of branch containing L. Here it is given as 0 plus JXL. Resistive part is 0 here. Now in polar form Z2 equals to XL at an angle 90 degree. Fine, because as this contains only the inductor, so the angle 90 degree exact comes here. Now to find the total impedance means Z1 parallel to Z2, the formula is Z1 into Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. So here we will put these polar form values of the Z1 and Z2, and for addition we will take the rectangular forms of this Z1 and Z2. Now we will do the operations of multiplication and addition here. For multiplication, we will multiply the magnitude R into XL and we will add the angles. For addition, we will add the magnitudes and angles also. Then we will get the R XL at an angle 90 degree and R plus JXL. So as Z equals to mod of Z at an angle phi, so here R plus JXL, we can write it as under root R square plus XL square at an angle tan inverse XL upon R. So after doing the division here, we will get the final impedance as R XL upon mod of Z at an angle 90 minus phi, and this is the expression for total impedance of parallel RL circuit. Now next type of circuit is the RC circuit. Here we have connected the resistor and capacitor in parallel. Let's the IS is source current, IR will be the current flowing in the resistive branch, IR, that is IR equals to V by R, IC will be the current flowing in this capacitive branch, and IC will be the V by XC. Then the total current IS gets divided into IR plus IC. So it will be the phasor addition of IR and IC. See this phasor diagram. Then impedance Z1 will be the impedance of branch containing this resistor. Z2 will be the impedance of branch containing this capacitor. First of all, we will find these two impedances in rectangular and polar form. Okay, after that we will find the total impedance by using this formula Z1 into Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2. Here for multiplication we will put the values of polar forms of Z1 and Z2, and for addition we will put the values of Z1 and Z2 in the rectangular form. Then after doing the operations of multiplication and addition, we will get the R into XC at an angle minus 90 and divided by R minus JXC. Here we will put the magnitude of Z and we will get the final expression for final expression for the impedance for the RC series circuit as Z equals to R XC upon mod of Z at an angle 90 plus phi. Now this is the last AC circuit, parallel RLC circuit. See, in this circuit we have the two branches. In branch 1 we have connected the R and L in series first, and then we have connected the capacitor in the second branch or in parallel with this series combination. So IS will be the source current, IR will be the current flowing in the resistor branch, or IL will be the current flowing through the inductor branch. Okay, then IC will be the current flowing in the capacitive branch here. Here the total current I will get divided into the I1 and I2, or IL and IC. Okay, now to find the impedance is Z1 will be the impedance of branch containing this R and L in series, and Z2 will be the impedance of branch containing the C only. First of all, we will find these two impedances in rectangular and polar form. So Z1, it is a combination of R and L. So impedance will be Z1 will be the R plus JXL, and in polar form it will be mod of Z1 at an angle phi 1. So this mod of phi 1 will be given as under root r square plus xl square, and phi 1 will be tan inverse plus xl upon r. Now Z2, that is the impedance of the branch containing C only, it will be 0 minus jXc, 0 because here resistor is not connected, and in polar form Z2 will be mod of Z2 at an angle phi 2. This mod of Z2 will be r square plus x square under root r square plus x square, and this phi 2 will be tan inverse minus xc upon r. So to find the total impedance of this circuit, we will use this formula. Here we will put the values of Z1 and Z2 for multiplication in the polar form, and for addition we will put the values of Z1 and Z2 in the rectangular form. And while doing the operations, or after doing the operation of multiplication and addition, here we are getting the total impedance for the parallel RLC circuit, which is Z equals to mod of Z1 into XC at an angle phi 1 minus 90 whole divided by R plus J XL minus XC. So in this part 2 of the electric circuit and network, we have seen the behavior of the following types of AC circuits. That is, first was the pure resistive circuit, then pure inductive circuit, pure capacitive circuit, then series RL circuit, series RC circuit, series RLC circuit, then parallel RL circuit, parallel RC circuit, and parallel RLC circuit. So guys, this was all about the behavior of all types of AC circuits. I hope you might have understood the both parts of AC circuit. If having the any query or any doubt, please contact me on my email id mtnavle@kkbak.edu.in, or uh, drop the comment in the comment box below. So in upcoming session, we will meet again with the new topic of electrical engineering. Till then, have a good time. Thank you.